Here we are then, Monday. It's been a steady and same morning. It always catches me out and surprises me. Oh, by the way, I'm trying this idea again of having the camera slightly higher up and looking down at me. Does that kind of work? And I've been trying to find different. It's only a very small studio. I don't know. I'm guessing sort of 15-foot square, something like that. But I just tried to find a different angle, and I thought I hadn't used this angle. So again, shooting in log, got some lights on. It's amazing when you haven't got a big aperture. This lens is the 10 to 18 mil Canon lens that I had, but it only goes down to 5.6. When you not get much light through, I found with log, I need to get a lot of light into it. On the other hand, when I'm shooting outside, it's trying to keep the light out of log. Anyway, by the by, it always surprises me how long finishing off a story takes. Because that's probably very bright behind me. I do apologise. As you know, I wrote the story Saturday, proofed it yesterday on the iPad, then proofed it this morning on the Mac here, and then began adding images. Now, when I was out in Kingston yesterday, I took some images for it. Not my best work, I must admit, but I was kind of rushing a little bit. The main picture I went for, I don't know if you saw it or not, the tunnel, I was really happy with that. But I do post them on Threads as well, by the way. So they go onto Threads. It's already on Threads now, and it'll be on Insta, my 6:30 for whatever reason. But also I found I had some nice pictures from when I was in Edinburgh of the iPhone 17 Pro Max to drop into it. I took a picture of my notebook and just tidying up. I mean, at the moment, as you know, it's paying absolutely nothing medium, but it's important. It will change at some point, and also my pride, I want to put out good work, and also on the website, of course. So it just takes a long time tidying up with all the images and making it look ready. So it's pretty much ready to go now. I'll read it again Wednesday. I don't think I'll get a chance, maybe on the train tomorrow, and then I'll publish it on Thursday. So that's kind of been this morning's work, editing a photo. I found a photo from last week. There was 2 or 3 that were, because it's kind of just filling in a day, because I know tomorrow I'm going to go and take some shots. But obviously I'm trying to post every day. It's amazing how much content you get through. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep it up for. It's not going to be forever and a day, that's for sure. But I'll still for the time being, we'll post every day. But you do enough to get through your library quickly. By the way, I'm using this lens. I'm at 17 mil. Let me know what it looks like. I think it looks okay. Anyway, this afternoon is going to be meticulous planning. So I'm also going to take. I call her an intern. It's not strictly true. I've got a friend of mine, you've heard me talk about Daisy before. She did some work in Brighton with me last year. She did her work experience here a couple of years back. So we've stayed in touch. She's going to come with me to this event tomorrow. So I've got a second pair of hands. So if there's some filming, she can film me hands-on with the gear and stuff. So I've just signed an NDA for her. So that's the easy part. I'm not brilliant with tubes. This new David of getting out and just roaming around London, I've kind of got very familiar now with going to Waterloo and walking. Well, tomorrow's a whole new venture for me, or adventure for me. I'm getting to Waterloo. Then I think I've got to get on the Northern Line, it looks like, over to somewhere near, I think I'll go to Euston, then from Euston over to King's Cross and St Pank. My daughter told me to put on City Planner, I think it's the app that it's called, which looks like it's pretty good. So when I get Waterloo, I just say, right, I want to go from here to there, and I think it tells me exactly what to do. And then obviously once I've got over there, there's 4 shots I want to do. Then I've got to get on the tube over to Aldgate East to go to this place where I'm meeting up for this honour do tomorrow. It looks like I'm allowed to do certain amounts tomorrow, teasers and stuff, but not release any full videos. Not that I can release full video because I haven't got a handset. But I'll be speaking to the crew tomorrow. If they do give me a handset, I think I will make a video about it. I know it's breaking out of my niche, but if they do give me a handset, I will make a video about it. Anyway, that's to be seen yet. So this afternoon is going to be a lot of planning. I've got to plan out the pictures I want. So I've got to find location shots. So I've kind of got a reference in my mind what I want. Find Google Map links as well, so that when I'm out, I'll try and have everything just in one notes document. So I'll have the 4 locations I want to go to. And then get those pictures done. I'll take the Neo with me as well. I'll try not to drop it this week. And then I'll back everything up onto the Neo during the day. And then I've just got to work out my journey and what I'm doing. Also, of course, I want to shoot a full video. I'm up there tomorrow. It's 75-25 in favour of London videos, which suits me just fine. So this afternoon also, I've got my notes made out in my notebook there of everything. That's kind of the 2 pages of notes that I've got of what I'm going to make the video about this week. I've just got to tidy it up. I've kind of got an idea in my mind. I've just got to put it all together. But anyway, that's going to be this afternoon's work. So quite a busy afternoon of organising and being methodical and just getting everything arranged tomorrow. Have as many batteries charged up as possible before I go to make sure that I've got no battery anxiety. I will take a brick with me tomorrow as well, although my camera charger doesn't have a USB-C port, but if I'm at a coffee shop or anything and I need it, I can always just plug that in. I will take the charger for the camera as well, because I imagine I'll get through a fair bit of battery tomorrow shooting as much 4K as I'm intending to do. So again, the vlog tomorrow might be late. It might be very late, in fact, unless I keep it very short and find some decent 5G. When I get to this place, it's possible. I don't know if they'll have a media room. I've got savvy to the fact now when you get to these events, there's normally a media room. So I've got 2 things booked in May now. There's the photo show and the podcast show. They're a week apart, mid-May. Sort of one's roughly the 15th, one's roughly the 22nd. So they're all done and in place. So there's still a lot of out and abouts going on. And the video yesterday, by the way, again, everyone, you know, it's worth these few minutes of just sitting down talking, because we all just have a good time. And Steve, you're right. I think the reason that it's gelling, even though it's small at the moment, is because we're just like-minded people. So to my little mini rant, yesterday when I got back in from shooting the vlog, I had to edit a photo quickly, put the reel up, do all of that, which was fine, but then I had to go and sort out the alarm down, so that was annoying. I knew where the smoke alarm was because I already changed the battery for it before, and I thought that's gone very quickly, but I did put an old battery. I thought, well, maybe it's gone. I was beginning to change it, and I could hear this beep, beep coming from somewhere else, and I was trying to think, where is it? I was looking up on the ceiling, there was nothing, and then I saw on the top of a kitchen cupboard, I saw a little box somewhere up there, and it was a carbon dioxide tester, and it's exactly what was going on. Anyway, so I sorted that, then for whatever reason decided to do some spring cleaning. So by the time I sat down, it was quite late, and I was really hot and tired. I did have duck pancakes, by the way, they were lush. And then there was a problem with the TV. So I'm on Apple TV through and through. Everything I watch pretty much goes through Apple TV, whether it's BBC or whatever, it's all through Apple TV. And the volume wouldn't adjust through. I've got 2 HomePods, and the volume would not adjust. It was loud, and I didn't know what to do. So I rebooted the TV. That seemed to work. I bought a movie yesterday from Apple, The Big Crash. I've watched it before, but it's really good about how the subprime market and how that went down in the States. So I bought that, and it was loud. It was really loud. I managed to get it a little bit quiet for some reason. Then I went to YouTube very late at night, and it was too loud. I had to end up watching YouTube on my phone. So I still haven't watched that video about Mr. Beast, but I'm going to go back and rewatch it. Anyway, so this morning I was out doing my cardio, and I thought, well, through the park, you know, I know where the park is. So I was thinking, what could it be? So I decided to come home, look at the Home app, and in the Home app it said can't locate the HomePods or something like that, or not able to communicate. So I decided to unplug the TV, unplug both speakers, and just leave everything down for half an hour. Then when I plugged everything back in, on the Home app it said update. Don't those updates take forever? It was downloading, and then after, it must have been 20 minutes to download the update. And then after that, it was doing the install, which took another 20 minutes. And I was waiting to get here and get into work, but I thought I wanted to get it done anyway. As I left, it sounds like it's okay. The volume is working again, so I can catch up on a bit of YouTube later on tonight. Didn't get much time to watch stuff last night. The day just kind of ran away from me. Not sure if I'm doing a reel today or not. I don't do that every day. I'm not sure. I don't think I will, actually. I don't think there's a story needs to be told about that. So I've had a couple of people suggesting that I make a video about AirPods Max. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this, because I'm never sure about how audio-based videos come across. I can only tell you what I'm hearing. I know you get Brian Tongs and so on trying to put microphones inside the speakers, but it doesn't work. By the time it's gone through the compression of Final Cut, the compression of YouTube, whatever your internet connection's like, and so on, yeah, I don't think it's really hard. You can't get across what the audio is. So yes, I am interested in them. I've got a pair sitting on my desk there, just out of view. They are the USB-C ones, but I'm not sure. Do you think it'd be a good idea? I'd have to try and find somebody to buy these. I sold my original pair to the guy downstairs, but I don't know if I can get a sucker punch for somebody else downstairs to buy another pair. I don't use them as much as I'd like, actually. I use them a lot on the flight to and from Vegas, obviously to drown out the plane noise. But here I use studio monitors, which are nice and flat, and I don't want to spend all day with headphones on. It's just, now I picked them up, I don't know what to do with them. It's just, you know, they get a little bit, you get sort of that headachy thing where you just got headphones on all day long. But anyway, do you think it'd be a good idea if somehow I find the 500 quid and make a video about the new AirPods Max? Let me know what you think, because there's meant to be a brand new design coming out, I think sometime next year, is it? Yeah, and there was something else I was going to mention as well. Somebody suggested I do on one of the polls I put up, it was Neil, suggested that I do a kind of a desk tour-ish, but also what's on my Macs and stuff, the essential apps. Do you think that would be a good flow? And I've thought about talking about the mobile rig that I use. That's clearly not Apple. That'd be more, I guess, for this channel. Would it interest you if I show you what's in the bag and what my camera's... This mic, by the way, I'm using it all of the time now. I think even when I'm back here doing studio recordings, I'm going to leave it like this. This mobile rig, as it's sitting looking at me right now, is so convenient. It's lightweight. It's easy to carry around. The mic just sits on top. It's got a dead cat on it. It cuts out most of the wind noise and road. Well, you heard in the park on Saturday, it was a really windy day and it wasn't much. Yes, I do a bit of noise reduction in Final Cut, but not a lot. So I'm really happy with this setup. And it's what obviously I'll be taking to London tomorrow as well. So anyway, it's going to be an afternoon of organisation. It's almost lunchtime now. Yeah, it's coming up to lunchtime, so I'm going to get this done, uploaded, make some lunch, which is some homemade pasta today. I think it's got some anchovies in it, some olives in it, some mayonnaise, some spring onions. And I'm a hard-boiled egg freak as well. I generally have 2 hard-boiled eggs every lunchtime. And I'll switch from apples. Apples are 2 hit and miss. You can Jazz, Pink Lady, whatever you like, Brabants. You can go and buy a pack really lovely and crunchy and juicy. Then the next pack, cardboard and dull. So I've switched to bananas for the first time in ages. I tried to be a creature of habit. Always had apples, but nope. I've had enough of apples. They're not good enough. They're not consistent. So that's going to be my lunch. I'm sure you want to know that. But yeah, HomePods I think are now sorted. It's strange though. The 2 HomePods that are a stereo pair in the living room had an update, but the HomePod Mini in the kitchen didn't have an update. Very odd. I would get a HomePod here actually, but I've got these studio monitors. It's no point. It's just nice to be able to sort of AirPlay everything. Oh, and one last thing. When I was driving in this morning, Apple Music, that algorithm has got a lot better. It said a David Lewis station, so I clicked on it, and it's been playing all morning, so I haven't had to look out music, and it's been pretty spot on. I've got this massive playlist that I've created. It was called Radio Comeback, thinking that I would go back on the air and do some soul music radio at some point. I think I stopped doing it last year. I was doing once every sort of 4-8 weeks last year, just to keep my hand in. But then I decided I'd rather just have time off if I've got spare time. And also now with other commitments, it wouldn't work. But anyway, so I started this playlist. It's now over 8 hours long. Even AJ thinks it's a great playlist. And on this David Lewis Station curated playlist of Apple Music today, which was really cracking. It just came up on the car. I saw it on CarPlay. So David, and I thought, okay, give it a crack. It was only a 15-minute drive to work, but it's been playing all morning here, 4 hours straight, and it's been really good. So I've been adding tracks from that into the playlist as well. They found some really nice stuff that I hadn't heard of. I'd heard of the artist, but not the songs they were singing. So it's been a really good find now. Anyway, I think that genuinely is it. Yeah, fine. So I will speak to you somewhere in London tomorrow. Probably King's Crossy, I would have thought. Might be over at Aldgate and Spitalfields. I'm not sure yet, but I will record it. But it could be late. What I might have to do is keep it very short, so I've got some chance of uploading it, because I've got the new with me. I can do a very quick top and tail, get a file and try and upload it. But we'll see how it goes. But somehow I'll get something up for you. The event starts at 4 till 6, and then obviously you've got to get back to Waterloo and get home. So I guess it's going to be sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock by the time I get back home. Anyway, enjoy the rest of Monday. Thanks for all the energy, thanks for all the love, thanks for all the kind words, and yeah, birds of a feather, we are sticking together. I love this channel. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Cheers, bye.